Hello students. Today's topic is representation of the geographical features. Last year you have already learned that the earth and its features can be represented by maps, globes, sketches, plans, aerial photographs and diagrams. Let's take a quick recap of map first. What is a map? Map is a two-dimensional symbolic representation of the earth that is drawn on a flat surface. Maps can be of two different types based on the scale. They are large-scale map and small-scale map. And maps can also be of four different types based on the detail of the land features. They are political map, physical map, thematic map, and topographical map. In this chapter, we will learn about topographical map in detail. Last year, you have already learned about large-scale map. Large-scale map represents a small area of a land on a bigger scale. This kind of map can show detailed information of the land on the map. That's the reason why it is more accurate. Topographical map is also a large-scale map. It basically enlarges the small features of that area. It shows physical and man-made features both. The topographical map of India are produced by the Survey of India. The Survey of India's head office is in Dehradun. Topographical maps are drawn on a number of sheets where each sheet depicts the details of only one particular part of the whole area. These sheets are joined to give a complete picture of the entire area. The map that you can see here is of a small part of Gujarat. Topographical maps are prepared after a careful and accurate survey of the area by the surveyor. The Survey of India is a government organization. Its main purpose is to ensure that the entire country is surveyed and mapped accurately. These maps are very useful for planning, defense, tourism, etc. As they provide natural as well as man-made features, initially these topographical maps were only used by the army. Elements of topographical map. Every map has few basic elements like map title, map scale, direction, key or legend. Apart from all these, the topographical map also has few special elements like contour, contour intervals, eastings and northings, different contours and unique symbols, international, state and district boundaries, and also few man-made features like metalled and unmetalled roads, footpaths, bridges, and railway gauges. In the given topographical map, can you see that the topographer used various colors and symbols to depict different features? Every sign and symbols and colors have its own meaning. Now, we are going to learn about all of these. First, let us talk about the brown lines which you can see on the given map. These brown lines are known as contour lines. Contours are lines that are used in topographical maps to connect points that are at the same height or elevation. Do you remember that two contours can never cross or intersect each other? Contours are usually drawn in brown and can be straight or curved. These are imaginary lines. That means they are not visible on the Earth's surface. So don't try to look for a contour line when you visit a hill station. So with the help of contour line, we can understand the height of the land and slope also. Contour intervals are the difference in height between two consecutive contour lines. Closer the distance means steeper or hillier is the terrain, and apart or far away the distance means the slope is gradual. Now we are going to learn about the most important and interesting part of topographical map. I'm sure you have already learned about latitude and longitude earlier, isn't it? These imaginary lines help us to locate and the place on a map and calculate the time of a place. These northings and eastings lines are also very similar to latitudes and longitudes. As the topographical maps are large-scale maps, we need these lines to locate places easily. Eastings and northings lines are also imaginary lines. Northings are horizontal grid lines, whereas their numbers increase from south to north. But eastings are vertical grid lines and their numbers increase from west to east. So, we can easily say that northing lines are look-alike lines of latitude, whereas easting lines are look-alike lines of longitudes. In the given picture, blue lines are northing and red lines are eastings. But on a topographical map, eastings and northing lines are always in red color. Next is colors. On a topographical map, the cartographer generally uses 7 basic colors to represent different features. These colors are yellow, white, red, black, brown, green and blue. These colors have different meanings on a topographical map. Yellow color represents cultivable land, that means fertile land. White color, which means barren land or unfertile land or empty land. Green color represents tree, forest and vegetation cover. Black color represents all the boundaries, dry stream, broken grounds, prominent surveyed trees, etc. Then brown color represents relief features and red color represents man-made features like all kinds of roads, settlements, northings and eastings. Last one is blue color, which represents all kinds of water bodies like river, well, springs and many more. Now Please observe all the signs and symbols carefully in this given picture. You can see international boundary, which is present between two countries. Then state boundary, which borders between two states. And district boundary is between two districts. After that, we have metalled and unmetalled road. Metal roads are made up of concrete, cement and tar, but non-metal roads are made up of mud. Generally, metal roads are found in cities, while unmetalled roads are found in rural areas or forests. The red dotted line indicates footpath. For bridge, the cartographer used this unique symbol where you can see the metal road sign with 4 slanting lines and the water flowing underneath. Railway gauge means the space between the rails of railway tracks. In India, there are 3 kinds of railway gauges. They are broad gauge, meter gauge and narrow gauge. Broad gauges on which passenger and freight trains run. They have a distance of 1.67 meter between two tracks. Then meter gauge is used in olden days where the width between two tracks is 1 meter. Last one is narrow gauge. These are generally found in tourist destination and have distance of 0.762 meter between the two tracks. They are also known as toy trains and are generally seen in hilly regions. So student, let us revise what we have learned from this session. Topographical map is a large-scale map. The topographical maps of India are produced by the Survey of India. Contours are imaginary lines, that means they are not visible on the Earth's surface. Contour interval is the difference in height between two contour lines. Closer the distance means steeper or hillier the terrain. Northings are horizontal grid lines and eastings are vertical grid lines. Thank you.